live from Ventnor Heights, New Jersey.
We're back at it, folks.
Yes,
Saturday Night Pops. It's been a great weekend so far. Tonight, we're going to be talking about... Did you see what we're going to be talking about tonight?
Picking a winner?
We're picking winners. We have a contest that we've been running, but we'll get to that in a second. We're going to be talking about some of the lasting changes and what we think is going to happen as a result of what's been going on with the chip shortage, things like that. We'll touch on that. We also have the contest winners that we're going to announce tonight. We also have something new, something brand new that I didn't show you. I know you love surprises.
Perfect.
So stay tuned. We have a surprise.
Okay.
And we will distribute that surprise later on in the show. Pops, I want to start with something very interesting, though. Data that we just saw a second ago because I literally just pulled it up.
Yes.
You ready to take a peek?
Sure.
Take a peek?
Yeah, we're going to peek.
We're going to peek.
We're truth be told, we probably peaked about 8-10 months ago.
I was talking to some of my high school buddies recently, and they were asking me, when do you think we peaked? And I was like, guys, I haven't peaked yet. Speak for yourselves.
I think we...
you and me.
Yeah, I think we peaked.
I'm still waiting.
8 to 10 months ago.
Latest inventory data from Automotive News. Yeah. So if you're new here to YAA, you know that you can get, or maybe you don't know because you're new here, but you can get market day supply inventory data back in the YAA app. So if you go on to joinyaa.com, create a free account, you can run market price reports. You can see what the day's supply is, for example, of Honda Passports, right? The local average in wherever this was 4 days ago.
Yeah.
In Illinois, in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. It's 35 days. This one's been on the dealer's lot for 13 days.
Yeah.
However, Automotive News monthly will publish the...
Just one question. Blue Malnati's or Pizzeria Uno?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Kimberly's in the house. Michael's here. Melissa's here. Hey, Melissa. Jeremy's here. Mike Dean's here.
That could be the first survey of the night.
Almond milk.
Yeah. When in Chicago.
Well, I'll have to teach you how to make surveys because I'm in charge of the polls.
First poll, Blue Malnati's or Pizzeria Uno or other.
We have the latest data
Tortillas beef
from Automotive News. What they do is if you don't want on a vehicle specific level, they do based on the different manufacturers and some of the vehicle breakdowns.
Yes.
This is not geographic specific. This is just national for the U.S.
Yes.
So let's zoom in here. Let's start over here with we've got the market day supply of inventory for August 1st versus July 1st.
Okay.
Wow. Fusion went up, but let's ignore that.
I don't know how there's only 200
Mustangs.
left.
Mustangs down to a 20-day supply.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bronco Sport, obviously we got a lot of those out. Broncos, we're running out of them.
Yes.
18, we were at 66. Let's see some of the more, I don't know. Yeah, the F Series. Here's what's most interesting, right? So the day's supply of F Series
has finally gone up a little bit. So it would have gone up higher had that train not derailed.
Yeah, let me find
in
that.
Missouri.
Yeah, this is incredible.
That was loaded with Fords and Ford products.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. All right, I'm not going to waste everyone's time looking for this. Yes, there was a Ford truck. A train, a cargo train that derailed carrying F-150s.
Yes,
truly can't get much worse.
Than that. So the guys at Ford are thinking, what the hell else can go wrong this year?
So let's keep going through that. So that's interesting. So the day's supply of F-Series trucks has gone up by 6. That's good.
Yeah.
There's no Mach-E's out there.
Yeah.
No Rangers out there.
Yeah.
Transits, we know the vans have been appreciating assets. Okay, so Ford overall, though,
stayed the same. Yes.
So, we've talked about how the chip shortage is affecting everyone, used vehicles, new vehicles. All right, for Ford at least. And they bore the brunt of the chip shortage.
They were the...
And they continue to, it seems
brunt bearers, yes.
Still made a ton of money last quarter.
Yes, they did.
Okay, Lincoln, less interested in Lincoln. Okay, so 35, 36. Let's look at, we've got Acura here.
Okay.
Acura's day supply, let's look at total Acura right here. Down to a 26-day supply. The MDX is still sitting. Last month, it was a 14-day supply. Down to up to a 15-day supply.
I don't think that's an appreciable difference.
The 30-day
we're either
supply.
going to run out next Sunday or next Monday.
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah, I don't think it matters that much at that point.
We've got Craig C in the chat saying, but Ford prices continue to rise. And it kind of makes sense because you can see here the market day supply hasn't really changed. So it's the same story there.
Yes.
We've got Honda here as well. Honda's day supply of domestic and wow, look at that, the international. Wow. The D stands for domestically produced.
Yeah.
The I stands for internationally produced, correct?
Imported.
Imported, thank you. And we've got the total Honda car market day supply down to a 16-day supply.
Wow. they're almost getting into Subaru territory.
All right, we haven't looked at this yet.
No,
Let's do
we haven't gone to the right side of the.
Let's all right, community oriented.
Yeah.
Let's do. Actually, this will just be for you and me, Pops.
Okay.
We posted on our Instagram yesterday. I'm gonna pull this up real quick.
Yeah.
Bear with me. We posted on our Instagram this
Yeah.
photo yesterday, which thank you to my sister for having taken it.
Yes.
And the caption of this photo was, "Who paid for dinner tonight? If you guess correctly, you'll get an honorary Ray Shufska stamp of approval during our next live stream, which is tonight. Hashtag father son, hashtag steak dinner, hashtag dad definitely paid, hashtag thank you dad."
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
and then any number of people having seen that said, "I bet Zach paid."
okay. And,
No!
and thank you. Like, it means a lot. It means the world to me that you think
Yeah.
I paid. Someone
Yeah.
suggested that we should have expensed it, which in retrospect
Yeah.
we should have, but
Yeah.
that's okay. We didn't. Dad
No.
paid.
Yeah. It's 2 weeks in a row.
Here's the deal.
Big dinner.
Here's the
that
deal.
Dad paid for 2 weeks
It
in
was
a row.
like $100 per person. It was insane. My
But it was
steak
good.
was great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it
for
was
that.
good. It was some of the best steak I've had in quite some time.
Yeah, I mean that was
It was much
less
better.
inheritance, but more steak.
Well, yeah, which is a good way of thinking. And it was so much better than Del Frisco's in Vegas.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Yes.
You and I are both gonna throw out a number. Subaru has had notoriously low inventory throughout their
They
entire
had-
existence.
Well,
No
not through-
inventory.
No, it hasn't been
They
through
have low.
but the last month they were at an 8-day supply.
So whoever gets closer
Yeah.
is gonna gets treated to the next dinner. I'm going with a 6-day supply of Subarus.
I'm going with 9.
You're going with 9. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. We're going straight over to Subaru. Oh! Wait. Put your headphones on.
Son of a.
Put your headphones on.
You know, last night was
Put your
expensive
headphones on.
enough.
Put your headphones on.
Yeah.
That's going to get the first.
Yeah, buddy.
Not really. That's more like down goes chef's guy. If I blow up, ladies and gentlemen, it's only because I had an internal sneeze and not an external.
Pops, can I show you the new gimmick we have tonight though? Would you be interested
It's
in
not the
seeing
whole show was a gimmick.
Would you be interested in seeing tonight's newest gimmick though?
Yeah.
We've got now when we do the
Ray Shefska stamp.
Wow. Oh, I love that. That is so good.
So Subaru is down to a 6-day supply.
Wow.
6. That's what this
Yeah,
number
yeah,
right here. A
yeah,
6-day supply of
Yeah.
inventory. There are 10,700 Subarus for sale in the United States.
That's not enough.
That doesn't seem like many.
Yeah.
Mazda's down to a 13-day supply from a 16-day supply.
Yeah.
Hyundai Kia's down to a 17 from a 22.
So I don't like to extrapolate,
I'm all ears.
but
Please
it
extrapolate.
seems like there's
don't
going
sneeze.
to be less new car inventory available in August than there was in July.
Okay, and so we've been talking about this now since January, potentially even December of last year, right?
Yes.
There is a chip shortage. We are all aware of the chip shortage.
Yes.
Until the chip shortage is remediated, used car prices are going to be high. We have the latest data from Black Book,
Yes.
which we should probably pull up as well, because it's been 3-4 weeks in a row now of wholesale used car prices dropping.
4 weeks.
4 weeks in a row. Let me pull
Yes.
this up so we can all look at it together. But to you and I, that doesn't really signal that things are going to get much better on the retail side,
No.
right?
No, I don't see anything really getting significantly better on the retail side for months.
So what we were just looking at, let me zoom out a little bit. What we were just looking at was new car days supply of inventory. If you want access to this information, obviously Automotive News has it. We post it back to our community
What was
forum.
just out of curiosity?
well.
What was Toyota? What was Volvo? real
Yeah,
quick?
let's see. So Honda overall, let's zoom back in here. Honda overall is a
Was
21.
down. Yeah.
Uh,
Hyundai Kia was down.
17, yep.
Yeah.
Mazda's
Mazda's down.
down to 13.
Subaru's
Subaru's at
down.
6, which is
Yeah.
just unfathomable.
Yeah.
Toyota's down to a 17-day supply.
Okay.
Volvo is even down to a 25-day supply. There you go.
Volvo. Yeah. So
Everyone, with the exception of Ford, who
Yeah.
went up by one
one day.
unit of 1 day of inventory,
Yeah.
went down.
Wow. That's not good.
And then we see on the used car side, wholesale used car prices
Yeah.
have decreased for a 4th week in a row.
Yes.
And not insignificant. I mean, these are
No.
significant. However, if we scroll down,
Yeah.
That's the weekly. This is
There
the
it
chart.
is.
Retail listings weekly price index.
Yes.
This is the retail price.
Yes.
What's happening on the retail side. And you can see down here in the bottom left, that's the beginning of the purple line. That's the beginning of the year.
Yes.
So the beginning of the year, retail prices were going down. They were
Yes.
staying down. They were staying down. They
Yeah.
were staying down. And then they've shot up.
Then they took off
And
like a
we-
rocket,
and
like
we've
an,
had-
like an Elon Musk rocket.
If only
Like-
I had
like a Jeff Bezos rocket, like a Virgin Galactica rocket,
Galactica.
whatever it was, Virgin Atlantic, whoever they are. Used car prices retail prices were going up faster than
Give me another one.
than all those people I just mentioned. Yeah.
And we've seen now
Yeah.
over the past 4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
That-
zoom in any closer.
That they're descending at a rate that is almost imperceptible.
So the issue is in what
Yes.
we're facing here, and I want to parlay this into a conversation about Carvana. I know you have some thoughts about this.
Yes.
The issue that we're facing is until there's freaking inventory, everything's going to be expensive.
Yes.
And
Until there's inventory, if you don't need a car, the best piece of advice we can give you is, well, don't be buying a car.
yep. And I'm actually going to find this chart. Give me 1 second. We have the data, but I want to actually pull up the chart because it is so fascinating and also like scary at the same
Okay.
time. Oh, you're getting a phone call?
Why is that? I have my phone on silent.
No, it's from Jay.
It's who? Well,
prefer
I'm
for-
not
yeah.
taking Jay's call. We have to decline Jay's call.
But look at.
Although we will be crabbing with Jay a week from
Oh,
tomorrow.
he's a great guy. He's an absolutely great guy.
Yes.
All right, let me find this really quick, guys. I mean, it's just truly remarkable. Yep, here it is right here. So this is a chart from Carvana's earnings.
Yes.
Okay, this is their total gross profit per
vehicle.
unit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That includes your front end gross profit and your back end profit. Back end being the finance.
And again, this
portion.
is Carvana.
Yes.
Okay, 2014.
Yes.
On a per vehicle basis, how much money were they making?
They were only losing $201 per car in order to be in the car business.
Last quarter.
$5,120, and it was the first quarter in their history that they actually turned a profit.
Put that into perspective for us. That when you were in the business,
Yes.
which was pre-PC, pre-COVID,
Yeah.
were you ever making front and back on a Audi $5,100,
On average? No.
or even just on any vehicle?
Well, yeah, occasionally, but not on average. I mean, you were happy if it was. The truth be told, on Audis, you would sell at invoice or below invoice, and your real money came from whatever factory incentives there were from Audi if you hit your objectives. But when not too long ago, you were thinking you were doing a pretty good job if between the front end and the back end you were averaging $2,500 a car. And then you were thinking you were doing a really exceptional job if you were averaging $3,500 a car. And to average front and back, and they sell used cars.
Yeah.
To average a front and back end average of almost $5,200 is astronomical. We're not talking about Mercedes-Benz or BMW or Porsche. I mean, I know, for an organization I worked for at one time that the average gross profit per vehicle sold at the Porsche store was like $8,000
On Porsches.
But that's Porsche.
on Porsches.
Okay, but
We're
not
talking
on-
about 20,000, 30,000, 40,000.
Well, as we know, the average retail selling price, the average selling price crossed the $25,000 barrier just last month.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, an average price of $25,000, and they're making $5,000. They're on that 25, when everything's all said and done, between the front end profit and the back end profit. And that is a staggering number. It really is. It's not a number that most dealerships would say, gee, we hope we get to that number. Most dealerships were thinking we're hitting the cover off the ball if we're doing $300 to $3,500
We have
total
the most
per
incredible community, and I mean, Mike is here, Melissa's here, Michael's here, Kimberly's here. I mean, but Igor, Dad, just posted this in the chat.
Okay.
ACV. Can you explain what ACV is real quick?
Actual cash value. So what that means, the actual cash value is the amount of money that the vehicle was actually appraised for. In other words, if you weren't trading it in but just selling it to the dealership, the actual cash value is what they would write the check for.
So, and I have a question for you.
Yes.
With regards to actual cash value, is that similar to what we have back in the application, the Join YAA for the Value My Trading from Black Book? Does our Black Book report, when we run that and they give the retail values and things like that, is that kind of a proxy to the ACV, or where does ACV come from? I guess I'm just kind of curious.
Well, ACV comes from an experienced pre-owned manager.
Gotcha.
Who knows what vehicles are doing at the auction, knows how much he can sell a vehicle to another dealership or another wholesaler. So books are just a guide.
It's like it's data input.
Yes.
To come. Okay, got it.
But years of experience tell you what a vehicle's really worth.
So Igor said before, he said the customers were bidding on it.
Yeah.
105,000 miles on it. Sold for over $11,690.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And the actual cash value
was $4,400.
My dad's advice a moment ago.
Yeah.
If you don't need to buy a car right now, don't buy a car right now. You shouldn't be. If you can sell a car.
And you know, God bless Igor for being a smart enough businessman to say, you know what, instead of just putting it out for sale so one person can buy it, we're going to auction it. And we will bring in a number of people who have an interest in this car and let them duke it out. I don't know
if it was auction. It might be that there's such little inventory that people are
bid it up. He said they bid it. So there was more than one customer that was interested.
No, that doesn't mean it's an auction.
In essence,
I understand what you're saying.
And really, that's such an intelligent way to unload your pre-owned inventory.
I know. Let's not necessarily go deep into how our whole positioning right then is that as consumers, you should actually get dealers to almost like reverse auction. Right?
Well, yeah, when it comes to selling your car, yeah.
Or even buying a car, right? Like to get the price down. So it is obviously because there's a supply shortage.
Yes.
You're going to get in bidding wars. And it's just like buying a house. You don't want to be on that side of the bidding war. You really don't.
Well, yeah.
John wants to know, what about Nissan? How many days supply for Nissan? So, John, unfortunately...
Not all the manufacturers report.
Exactly. Not all the manufacturers report. So when we put this data up, we don't have Nissan here.
Yeah.
That being said, you can run, and I encourage you to run. I don't think I have any saved Nissans here. You can run VINs back in...
Hey, look at that. Igor said we brought several prospects into the dealership one day on one car. I'm sorry.
You just... like when I'm... All right.
Sorry.
See when I hit this button, that's like I'm sharing the screen.
Okay.
So then when you're looking at the other monitor, no one knows.
Well, you know, if I only had one monitor to look at, this couldn't happen.
But you like the second monitor.
Okay. I do.
If you want Nissan's market day supply, run a VIN.
Yes.
And that's one way that you can figure out what their market day supply is.
Yes.
Okay. And there you go.
Yeah.
There's Igor's
comment. Yeah. Well, you know, if you're a businessman, that makes sense. If you know you have more than one person that's interested in the same car, let them bid on it. What? Please, everyone, if you're going to buy a car, use YAA and research to save thousands. I work in the dealership biz and know how insane it's getting. Thank you, Johnny Gio.
Okay, so
sage advice.
Here's what we're going to do. I think we'll excuse me. I think what we'll do is we'll go through live chat tonight. Help as many people as we can through the live chat. We do have someone joining us on Facebook Live. We do go live on Facebook. Thank you, Derek from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, for being here. Let's go through.
You ever been to Windsor?
I've never been to Windsor. Have you been to Windsor?
You might have been to Windsor.
Really?
Well, Windsor, I think is.
Was this like when Mom was pregnant and I wasn't?
No. I think Windsor's like right outside of Toronto. I think
I've never been.
Well, you've been to that. What do I call that? Billy Barty's Airport. Well, it's not really Billy Barty Airport, but it's Billy Barty was anyway.
Let's go through the live chat. Let's help as much as we
Yes.
can. Although I think before we do, Dad, it's a
Yes.
disservice if we don't jump back to the community. Sorry, I'm jumping around, but let's actually see there were some comments posted on tonight's page here.
Okay.
So if you want to post comments on the page back in the Join YA, the community,
Yeah.
we'll answer these, and then we will come back and we'll do live chat. Okay.
Yeah.
From Lemingus Menicus,
Yeah.
our dear friend.
Yeah.
Ray, what is the best bottle of wine in your collection, and what would be the bottle to one day own?
Couldn't tell you. I have like 51 bottles. I have no idea what any of them are. If I open them and it tastes all right, then I'm happy. It's not like I paid a lot of money for any of them.
He's a simple man.
I probably paid too much money for all of them, but I don't know.
From Jeff, do you
Yes.
think there will be an industry shift over the next 3 to 5 years? I often wonder why the manufacturers don't dictate the price to the dealerships and force them to stick to that price. Festool, a German tool company, sets the price of their tools, and dealers are not allowed to sell at a discount, or they lose their relationship with the manufacturer and can no longer sell the product. I would have to imagine a similar approach would streamline the car buying process and put all buyers on a level playing field.
Well,
3 to 5 years, Dad. Do you think we're going to see that change?
I don't know. I would hope, but here's how I think it could happen, and I don't think it'll happen, but this is how I think it could happen. Every manufacturer has the data on what every one of the new cars sold for, so they know in each marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And they could say a marketplace is a state as opposed to just a metropolitan area.
Mm-hmm.
And they could say, okay, like all BMW 3 Series, the average retail is $45,000 that it actually sells for, and the MSRP might have been $48,000 or $49,000.
Okay, I'm following.
Okay, so what I think all the manufacturers should do is they should gather up all that data, and then they should price the cars at what the transaction selling prices have actually been, not what the MSRP is, what the transaction prices have been. So if BMW 3 Series with this package, that package, and another package typically retails for $45,000, that should become the new MSRP that is no longer discountable, and that's the selling price.
So I don't think anyone disagrees with you. Do you think that's going to happen?
No.
Yeah.
No. Do I think it could happen? I think over time it could. I think
Quantified time, if you don't mind. Give me magnitudes of scale.
maybe within 10 years. Maybe. And that's once we can help prove out to dealers that it is in their best interest to have a selling price that is pretty much just etched in stone, and it's the same for everybody, and we can finally get dealers to stop adding all the nonsense and the crap that they add to cars, then it would speed up the process, and it would actually allow dealers to sell more cars in less time while still making the requisite amount of money they need to make per car. So,
you know what's funny about this, and we've got to acknowledge really quick, Dad, Mark Pointer, not even quick. Thank you for the donation.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Mark.
Even though my dad is now on the hook for the next dinner, I will probably get it.
I would hope so.
So here's the point what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You said that, and please know that our stance is that dealerships are likely going to be, and this way of buying cars is likely going to be around for the next 2-3 decades.
Yeah.
Businesses and capitalism and where people spend their money is predicated and based on the amount of value they derive from that experience, right?
Yeah.
And so this idea that dealerships have to exist, the sales side of dealerships has to exist or they should make the requisite amount of money that they need to stay profitable. That only works if people are still getting value from it. And I think to the point of Jeff, who posted on the community, there's a direct from manufacturer push. Although the manufacturers, I think what a lot of people don't realize is they don't want to get into that business. They want to be in the business. They make money when they wholesale a car to a dealership.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then
all the customer relationship management and all that. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Yes. Now, and then people say, well, yeah, but what about Tesla? Well, you know what? You think Tesla's not making a lot of money for every car they sell? It's just they're not cutting any dealers in on any of the profit. That's all.
Yep.
So if in Tesla's, if in a manufacturer's case, when they sell a car to the dealership and the dealership has $3,000 worth of margin built into the car, Okay. Well, the manufacturer might have had $10,000 worth
Yeah.
of margin bill, and they're making all the money they're going to make. It's now going to start costing them money once the dealer sells it. So if Tesla says, well, we don't have to discount the cars at all. The price is the price.
Yeah.
And if we had a dealer network and we'd only make $10,000, well, why don't we price it so that we can make $15,000 per car?
We've
selling it to the general public.
We've got a comment here from Facebook. Haven't read it, but it's from Facebook. So
Yes.
if you watch us on Facebook Live, if you like, it's your Advocate Alliance on Facebook. If you like us there,
Yes.
you're gonna end up on the stream. Thank you for all your help. I need a new car and feel
Okay.
helpless with all the lots empty. Yeah, I think I can save a couple $100 at best on their prices.
Yes.
I'm low income / work out of my car, nothing to pick from, but I feel ready to negotiate. Oh, and all the lights on my dashboard just came on. Now, how do I trade it?
A lot of black duct tape.
Call Carvana.
Yeah. How do you trade it? I mean, when they appraise the car, they're gonna discover the things that aren't working properly.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't an appraiser out there that hasn't gotten in a car at some point, hit a power window switch where the window went down, and then hit it to put it back up, and it wouldn't move.
I would encourage or recommend, and I want your
Yeah.
take on this, Dad, for Andrea. If you are going to trade it in,
Yeah.
don't necessarily go in to, when you're doing your negotiating to purchase and say you're trading it in, because the moment they do flip it on and realize that it's got the dashboard lights on, you kind of lost some leverage. Like,
Yeah.
they know you need another vehicle.
Yes. Yes.
Thoughtful donation here from Maria. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Maria.
We really,
Yes.
we really appreciate that. Okay, Pops, let's go back to the community. Also, I don't know if it's coming through the video, but I'm a little under the weather, so we will stay live as long as we can. I don't know. I've been feeling just a little off, so we'll stay live as long as we can, as long as I'm feeling okay.
Well, I'm feeling great.
I'm glad to hear that.
Your sister's feeling a little under the weather.
Yeah.
You're feeling a little. So, who's going to start feeling a little under the weather after all this? Probably be the guy that can't afford to have feel under the weather.
Well, go for a walk. Joshua says, "Hi, gentlemen. I leased the Aston Martin that I asked you for advice on a few weeks back. Congrats, Josh.
Yes.
Learned a lot from watching and listening to you guys. I feel like I did the best that I could on an exotic lease, so thank you. I do have an interesting situation that I currently find myself in and would love your advice. Advice from Ray. I ended up leasing my Aston Martin from a dealership about 3 hours away from home, and they delivered the vehicle and also brought the final paperwork for me to sign last week. I declined all the F&I add-ons, except I always get tire and wheel protection.
Okay.
When I received the paperwork, I immediately noticed that they didn't add tire and wheel to my lease, and I called my salesperson and the finance manager. They assured me it was added, and once I signed, they would send back tire and wheel paperwork and the countersigned lease documents. This seemed weird, but I signed nonetheless. Later that day, I received the countersigned lease documents along with tire and wheel protection signed by the F&I manager.
Okay.
2 days went by, and I received a sort of frantic call from the F&I manager. She said that when she was looking at her screen when I first called her, it showed the tire and wheel was added, but it didn't print out correctly on the paperwork she sent. She said that she was going to email me new lease paperwork with the correct amounts, and I needed to sign and FedEx back to her. I'm curious, what would happen if I don't send back new documents? Should I fight to make dealership eat the cost since it was their error? Is the signed tire and wheel protection valid that she initially sent me? In your experience, would they just strip the protection anyway if I technically don't pay for it? This is very interesting.
Here's what I would say. What was that person's name?
That was from Joshua.
Joshua, have you ever made a mistake in life or in work or in anything that you've ever done? And the answer to that is more than likely yes. So it doesn't mean anything nefarious was happening. It doesn't mean anything underhanded was happening. But people do make mistakes.
Yep.
And so sometimes we just have to recognize that a mistake's been made. Now, do you have leverage? Yeah, it depends now how you want to exercise that leverage. It becomes a moral question for you as to how you would want to react when somebody's obviously made an error.
We have a nice donation from Sandy. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy.
We appreciate that.
I mean, that's just me. I mean, I can tell you there was a time when I was at the Acura store and we were working a lease on might have been a 1998 NSX and a 1999 NSX.
Mm-hmm.
And we're, going back and forth. And when everything was all said and done, we put him out on the 1998 using the 1999 residual. Well, it impacted his payment. But, we had gone through so many scenarios that stuff like that can happen. And I had to call him and say, what I said to him was, you ever made a mistake?
Yeah, but I mean, in the same breath, like, it's time out of your day. Now you have to go do that. So you should use it as leverage.
Yeah. But my point is, and he said, yes, I've made a mistake and I understand. And he was willing to sign the new documents with the correct residual and everything. But so, I mean, it happens. But yes, you have leverage. And you have to decide how you want to play it.
We've got a good question here. I think, how does trading in a lease for a new vehicle work if it is worth more than the buyout price? Debating on leasing again or buying it since it is worth about $5,000 more than the buyout price.
You would tell your dealer that you want to trade it and not just do it as a lease turn-in.
So just to be clear, in that case, you're selling your vehicle to the dealership, not just turning it back into the dealership.
Yes. So now, considering that so many leasing companies won't provide a payoff to a different brand, you're going to have to be going back to the same branded type of dealer.
But you can still get quotes from. Yeah, and
there were times where
just from Carvana and CarMax, just for people that aren't familiar.
Yes. But I mean, I was going to say there were times that it was in the customer's best interest for us to trade their car because they had more equity built in that way than to just do it as a lease turn-in. So for us, since we were encouraged to want to make a deal, because the whole concept is to figure out how to sell cars every day, we figured it was in their best interest and our best interest to trade it so that they could end up with a lower payment, so that it'd be easier for them to say, yes, let's move forward.
But to be crystal clear, the information you should gather if you're thinking about selling any car is get black book valuations, but more importantly, if it's a lease turn-in, get Carvana quotes, Vroom quotes, and even if quotes, CarMax quotes.
And even if you're not going to trade it in, you can still get all those quotes. And even if you had to buy it outright, and you could say, okay, I can buy it for $17,500, but I have quotes from Carvana for $21,000. Even buying it for $17,500 and then selling it to Carvana makes sense.
Yes, exactly. So I just want to make that point.
Yes.
Use those resources to get other information that you can then leverage in your negotiations or in your conversations. Okay, let's see here. Meow. Someone wants dinner.
Not me.
We've got from a name that I appreciate from Zach. I've waited almost a year to buy, partly because of you guys, and cars have only gotten more expensive. Yeah,
that's what you get for listening to us, Zach. Yeah, and we apologize about that, but there have been so many extenuating circumstances. There's been so many circumstances of questionable circumstances that have just contributed to a situation where it has gotten worse instead of better. And as I've often said, the problem with our crystal ball is that it's always partly cloudy.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, we've got a question here from Conscious Awakening. Ray and Zach, would you all recommend purchasing a vehicle from auctions and flipping, reselling them to either car dealers, CarMax, Vroom, Carvana, etc.? What's the downside to this? Or is it even possible?
I'm pretty sure that's what car dealers already do. Isn't that what they do? The ones they don't want, they take to the auction. And they let some other dealer buy it.
Exactly. So there's not really enough margin in that. Enough arbitrage, I think, is what the phrase is.
That, yeah.
All right. We've got from Ed Lombardio a very very thoughtful donation. And then, Dad, we have a question here from MM.
Yeah.
Help, buy, or lease. What has been our advice to everyone? And we also need to hit on the fact that Ford is encouraging everyone to factory order right now. So let's touch on buy or lease. I'm going to put the link in the chat while you describe your 2 cents on this.
I think in this day and age where everything is hyperinflated when it comes to new cars or pre-owned cars, if you're going to overpay for something, do it as a lease on a new car. And the reason I say that is because, excuse me, at the end of 3 years, you're back to zero. okay, you're still not carrying any negative equity forward with you. And the hope would be that within 3 years' time, that things will return to some sense of normal. So my advice, and there are plenty of comments that we get on the YouTube channel where, oh, don't ever recommend a lease. My advice in this particular marketplace is to, in order to mitigate the circumstances that we find ourselves in, you're better off leasing for 3 years today and being done with it and starting fresh than buying for 5 or 6 years and being underwater.
Yep.
3 years from now.
Yep. We wrote an article. I just put it in the chat. Why you should lease instead of buy right now. And it's, take it with a grain of salt, but there's a pretty rational argument for why you would do that. If you are going to buy to own to drive for the next 25 years, don't lease. There's no point in leasing it.
No, but I guess you could say to yourself, well, I plan on keeping the car for 20 years.
Yep.
And if I pay $5,000 too much, divide it out over 20 years, it's not all that much.
Yep.
But if you're not somebody that's planning on keeping it for 20 years or 10 years or 7 years, and if you're like a lot of people who trade every 3 to 4 years,
exactly,
you're going to be better off leasing it and starting fresh 3 years from now.
Pops, I saw a comment that came through. Let me see if I can pull it up on the screen real quick. Yeah, here it is from Tony Montana himself.
Yes.
Carvana purchase quotes are not as generous as of late. If you are relatively new to the channel, you might not know it, but pretty much every week we run we run the same vehicle kind of like over and over and over again to see what's going on. Also, for those of you playing along at home, yes, 2252. That is the total number of unread emails. Also, after this, let's go ahead and get started giving away. We created a new T-shirt. It's just I'll share that with you as well. It's been a busy day on my end, and I'm playing hurt right now.
Oh my god!
Got a little sore throat action.
Yeah, you're gonna make me sick. I know it.
But I'm
it's not a problem.
I'm vaccinated.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to Carvana really quick. Okay. So this was the Carvana profit. That was insane. But let's go to Carvana's website. Let's run we are now going to sell our car. Let's see. VIN, put that in. We had 25,719 miles.
Yeah.
It was the R line. We're selling it. We were using that old zip code. Do we have the color? I think it was black, if I'm not mistaken.
Black, jet black. R line, jet black.
Next.
Wapner.
Great movie. Fantastic movie.
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't see it till 6 months ago.
6 months ago? Was it 6 months ago?
Maybe more.
It was like a year ago.
Okay.
I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah. Glad you did too.
Rain Man.
Yeah.
Has this vehicle? No. Pretty great condition. 2 keys. Neither. Email me. We'll use my work email. All right. Get your offer. So last week's offer, you want to do another dinner bet?
No, I can't afford another dinner bet.
I'm going, nothing on this. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm going 20.
Well, last week it was 27,504, and the week before it was 26.
It was 26 something. Yeah.
Yeah. 3, I think. It actually went up.
It went up. Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be back in the 26s somewhere.
I'm going 28,200.
Okay.
And you're saying 26 something?
26 and change, yeah.
Wow, 27,485. So it's
Went
about
down
the same.
$20.
It's about the same.
$19.
All right. So I don't know. Yeah. Not too much movement on the Carvana end of things in terms of their prices for purchasing vehicles. Okay, let's address this very thoughtful donation.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Rose Garden.
We very much appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you next time we're in D.C.
Let's address the messaging from Ford and other manufacturers about, hey, everyone get excited to custom order. You have some thoughts about this as well because it's very prominent in Europe. And this kind of ties in with tonight's theme of the stream, which is like, what are the lasting impacts we're going to see from the chip shortage? So what's your take on Ford doing this? Hey, come custom order. We'll give you $1,000 and all that type of stuff.
Well, Ford at this point, their CEO has said that they don't want to stock. They don't want to build as many just vehicles for pure inventory purposes as they have in the past. They
Yep.
want to do build to order. So they want you to go to your local Ford dealer, sit down with them, figure out what car you want, and order it, and then wait the 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks, whatever it is, for your car to come in.
Yep.
And then you pick up your car and you drive away. And which is basically the way it's done in Europe.
Yeah.
Where the dealerships there have a handful of cars for you to demo in.
Yep.
To fall in love with, and then you order a car and the people wait for their car. And in our country, it's all about instant gratification, which is why dealerships have 6, 7, 800, 1,000 cars on the lot, because they want you to find a car that day.
Yep.
And Ford is saying, we don't necessarily think that should be the future. We think the future should be a reduction of on-hand inventory and a significant increase in our build-to-order ratios.
And so what is your expectation for the outcome for the consumer in that model in terms of the quote-unquote deal you can get?
I think it's a whole new can of worms for the consumer, because what the consumer is going to need to know is that you can negotiate the agreed upon selling price of the vehicle when you place that order. Don't just assume that when you order the car, that you can negotiate when it comes in.
There's a lot of confusion about this. I mean, we have multiple videos. We have one video that I think primarily gets most of the views, like how to factory order, and people still, they're very confused. They order it and then they say, okay, now when do I negotiate? And I think that is something that the whole car business is kind of predicated on this information asymmetry idea. And if you don't know that you should negotiate it up front, you're not going to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's when you should negotiate. You should negotiate it as you're building the car and placing the order. And you don't place the order until you've agreed upon a discounted
By doing that, Ford keeps prices up. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly.
Yeah, artificially.
Yeah. Yes. But that's, I think, what's important for consumers to recognize is if we move to this factory order mindset, you can still negotiate. Yeah. And you should.
Unless, of course, by that time, we get to transaction pricing as opposed to MSRP.
But I mean, this is happening right now, and we're still not there.
Yeah.
And when you factory order something, and the dealership says, "Well, we've already put on the $1,000 security system," they haven't, because the vehicle hasn't arrived yet.
Yes, and they're not going to put it on because
and talk about floor plan assistance too.
Yeah, well, the dealer's not going to have any floor plan.
Probably not. No,
but there was something I was going to say, but I forget what the hell it was.
I'm sorry.
No, that's quite all right. I had something to do with ordering. I feel like Andy earlier today.
Yeah, he couldn't remember. Yeah. It's nice. Andy's a very nice man. That was very nice.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Advice: naturally aspirated engine fans, get your cars before most manufacturers go full electronic. It's happening quick. It's already limited electric. I mean, we're seeing from the government there's going to be a push for that. All right, let's see here. This is from Evan. Would you buy a new vehicle that was in an accident caused by the dealership? Cosmetic damage only on a 2021 Ford Ranger. You have some incredible stories when it comes to damage that happens at the dealership and damage that the dealers don't even know about.
Yeah, I mean, probably a third of all vehicles
sink in.
That are shipped to dealers, whether they're being shipped from Europe or Japan or wherever, they are damaged in transit. And especially the ones that come in by boat, they get repaired at the port before they ever come to the dealership, and the dealerships are never told that they were damaged and repaired. And then there can be minor scrapes and issues that happen at the dealership where the dealership repairs them. And I believe the threshold for damage is either 3% or 5% of the MSRP. So if the damage is less than 3% of whatever the MSRP is, they don't have to disclose it. Legally, they don't have to disclose it. So, yeah, probably 30% of all vehicles that are built or suffer some type of damage in transit. And, oh my God, that looks like it's going to fall. The rear legs are not even on the book. Jesus. And so if there's 30% that are damaged in transit to the ports, there's probably another 10% that get damaged on dealer lots, whether it be a bumper scrape or whatever. I mean, stuff happens.
Some pretty nifty, handy camera work right there.
Yes, but I was really alarmed when I saw that the third leg was not on the book.
Hey, so one thing I want to share real quick,
Yes.
back on the stream, and then we're going to announce some of our winners for tonight's contest. We have, and I've noticed, dealer reviews back on the YAA community.
Yes.
More and more community members are sharing reviews of specific dealerships. If you are in the market to buy a car,
Yes.
and you're wondering, hey, I need a Honda dealership in the Illinois area,
Yeah.
or I need, or I'm thinking of working with Shift out in
Mhm.
California, or a Subaru dealership in Iowa, right? We are starting to collect from community
Yes.
members more and more dealer reviews. Please put more reviews in here. And if you're going through the car buying process, leverage them as a resource as you're navigating and negotiating your car deals. That being said, Dad,
Yes.
we had a contest running.
We did.
We had 3 contests running.
Yes.
Prizes were, and still are,
Yeah.
free lifetime
Lifetime.
YAA
Lifetime.
membership.
Lifetime. Now, do you know what lifetime translates into legally?
Oh my, what?
I think it's 7 years. So the government doesn't think there's much to a lifetime.
So we'll see who outlives. If we outlive you,
Yeah.
you outlive us.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
see. We're giving away lifetime YA memberships.
Yes.
YA memberships, if you're unfamiliar, if you want tools that help you go through the buying process. If we come back here, buying process, and also we want to get into ownership as well. Oh, whoops, we have a plans page. It
We
is
have a what?
a plans page. $99 a year
Wow.
or $20 a month.
Wow.
You can research all the vehicles you want. You get access to all the community. We have live chat, which has been it's just been awesome.
Yes.
Live chat Monday through Friday. You get your questions answered by auto advocates. Anyway, not doing promos for us. I actually want to just jump into the contest winners.
Okay.
One of the contests
Yes.
to enter, Dad, was
Yes.
you had to take a picture of an empty dealership
Yes.
lot.
Yes.
We had incredible responses. to
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of
There's a lot of pavement.
Yeah. There's a lot more asphalt to display than ever before.
I mean, this thread is actually just incredible. Yeah,
Yes.
the Ford dealership in Alaska.
Yeah. You know.
This is a
Should've
Toyota
prob-
dealership.
Yeah. Probably should have just taken a picture where it just said 2. Not Toyota, but 2.
I mean, this is just anyway.
Yeah.
Check out this thread because it's really actually.
Yes.
I mean, it's just nuts.
It's staggering.
It
Now,
really, really is.
You know, and I see comments all the time. Oh, well, there's no shortages where I live. Well, there maybe where you live there isn't, but in vast swaths of America, there are no cars at dealerships.
and we've got proof of it now from the
Yes.
YA community.
Yes.
So we're going to choose a winner from that group.
Yes.
So I've got my spreadsheet here.
Yes.
So biggest. Okay, so it's sheet 3.
Okay.
So there were 15 people.
Okay.
Thank you to those.
Well,
15
one of those
people.
15 is
About to win a lifetime membership. And
yes.
I want to give away too. Just I made this today. I just put our logo,
Oh, I
on a
like
shirt.
that. Okay.
and I think it looks cool. I'll
Yeah,
order
I-
you one
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
now that we have the new logo. I think.
Yeah.
You know.
No, very nice.
So let's give away. We're gonna give one lifetime membership to this group, one lifetime membership to this group, and this group as well, and let's do one T-shirt as well.
Okay.
We need a random number generator.
Yeah. I could be a random number generator. 817. Oh, we only had 15.
Well, I also don't think it's really fair if
No,
if we come across it.
no.
Okay, so we've got from 1 to 15.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And the winner is 12. Number 12, ladies and gentlemen.
Iman Irving, who I think is on the stream tonight.
Wow.
So I'm gonna Iman. I'll be DMing
Do
you.
I need to write this down?
No, I'm highlighting them on the sheet. You see
Oh,
that?
good. Good.
And then let's do one more for the T-shirt.
Yeah.
13.
13.
An incremented one,
Yeah.
which is AM.
Not AM.
Oh no, Dad! I was looking over here at 12. The number is over here, so it's actually. Oh my God, Iman, you just got totally
Screwed.
Oh man, so it was 12 and 13, which is actually 12 and 13, which is actually Amy Marie and Melissa
Yeah.
hashtag New England Assholes. So Iman and
But we apologize. But, you know, maybe for getting his hopes up, you should give
I'm going
him
to send you a
t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
But Amy Marie, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah,
So this is going to
buddy.
be membership. Okay, that's one. We'll come back. We'll do the other
And
two.
Melissa gets a t-shirt.
Melissa, I'm excited to send you a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And we've got
Look,
we've
Iman
got a
said, well,
live
that blows. See, he was
live
right.
response. This is live entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, that blows.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but you are going to get a t-shirt now because I understood. Eddie says that works because I understood how much that blows.
Hey, so we've got Bob saying, where can I post about a dealership? Bob, again, if
Yeah.
you go back to the YAA community, it's a premium member channel. We want to make sure that we're not just letting any reviews in there. So you have to be a part of the community, a premium part of the community. Dealer reviews right down here. Melissa actually very recently left one. You can also get your deal reviewed by the community in addition to using the live chat with an auto advocate. And these are some pretty in-depth conversations, 26 deep, for example.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll come back to the contests here in just a little bit. Why don't we do some live chat, Dad? Let's see if we can help some more people out through the live chat.
I'm up for anything. You're the one that's.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're the one fighting through playing through the pain.
Well, you know what'll actually be interesting, Dad?
No.
Let's the other two contests were actually really quite informative. The other one was, what are 3 things YA has taught you about car buying and why they're helpful?
Yeah.
And tell us about your biggest car buying regret and what you've learned since then. To get an entry, you simply had to respond.
Yes.
So which one of these do you want to do? And we'll go through some of them. We're going to do them both. So it's which one first?
Well, do the second one first. Let's go in order.
What are 3 things YA has taught you about car buying and why are they helpful?
Yeah.
So everyone that had responded to this in advance of tonight's stream is going to be here on this sheet. So we actually have 30 of them on this sheet. So a bigger group. So that'll be fun to go through. But let's read a few of them because this could, I think, be applicable to people who are in the market right now.
Okay.
And Jeff, I just want to address Jeff's question really quick. He says,
yeah.
What are the prizes other than t-shirts? Lifetime YAA membership.
Yeah, a lifetime YAA membership, which is valued at $99 a year, or if you were to pay monthly, $240. Yeah. Well,
this is
actually $239.
And depending on how long you live, this
cents.
is a potentially infinite value.
Or 7 years, whichever goes.
Iman's a good man. Thank you for supporting us. I'm so sorry. That was really, really bad hosting by me. Okay, so let's come back here.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever made a mistake?
To Joshua, don't re-sign that paperwork. Use it as leverage.
Use it for a t-shirt.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. So Mike Dean.
Yeah.
Here we go. If it's taxable, it's negotiable. I never truly understood this concept until finding YAA. It always felt like the additional numbers on a buyer's order were just, it is what it is. Well, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well said, Mike.
Yeah.
Show me the buy rate. So Mike actually works. He's our credit union advocate.
Yeah.
I underwrite car loans every day, and even I didn't realize the dealership marks up interest rates in the F&I office. Yeah. I've only had experience dealing directly with his credit union members and not with the dealerships. This has given me a great deal of insight into the lending side. We are empowered buyers. This is interesting. The combined knowledge of the YAA community has given me and many others all the tools necessary to negotiate a proper deal. It's incredible.
I agree.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I also want to acknowledge, though, as they're streaming in, Dad, we need to acknowledge the fact that Igor, who works in the industry, someone I think you, as you're getting to know him, you have a lot of respect for.
Yes, I do.
He says that YA is a great value, lots of tools for so little money. Thank you for that, Igor. And we've got here, there was another one. I want a dinner with Ray and Zach for the prize, and we'll pay for steak dinners.
Okay, well, there you have it. I can tell you a good place to go for steak. We had a very lovely evening at the Morton Steakhouse at Caesar's Palace in Atlantic City last night.
YA almond
Caesar's
milk
Atlantic City.
For the next giveaway. Thank you for that, Johnny Gio.
It's anything but a palace.
yeah, definitely not. And then we've got, I signed up for this lifetime membership, and all I got was a lousy T-shirt. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
The list. Hey guys, can you send me the link to the YA list of vehicles available from the car manufacturer? RW, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but it might be on the community. Maybe someone in the community can link you to that. I know you're a member.
I think he's referring to the
day supply of inventory.
Inventory.
I just posted it on the buying channel back on the community, RW. But I'll send you a link after we go through a few more of these. Okay, so what's some other stuff that people have learning that MSRP had profit built in? That is a very common misconception.
Yes.
People don't realize.
And one of the things that I take a lot of heat for is we talked about things that you cannot negotiate.
You cannot. I knew.
And when I say you cannot negotiate the MSRP, oh, wait a second. Okay. The MSRP is the MSRP. That's the manufacturer's suggested retail price. That's what it is. You can't negotiate the manufacturer to set the price lower or higher. What you can negotiate is either a discount off of the MSRP or a discount off of the additional dealer markup that's been added to the MSRP based on today's market conditions. So when I say that the MSRP is not negotiable, it's the price that had been set by the manufacturer is not negotiable. The amount that you pay for the car is definitely negotiable.
Pop's headphones. I need an assistant. That's going to get the second. Wait, I got to get my fingers right.
Okay.
It's going to get the second. Wait for it.
We're waiting.
Okay, I got it. Ready?
Yeah.
Rashevska stamp.
Approval. Oh, I like that.
And whoops.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that's a definite yeah, buddy.
No, but that was so well said, and a lot of people, it's a misconception.
Yeah.
And they would give you so much flack.
Oh my God.
Of course, you can negotiate the MSRP. No, you cannot negotiate the MSRP. You can negotiate the selling price, which is derived from the MSRP. Okay, well done. Learning that the finance, I need more almond milk. Learning that the finance center is a profit center.
Yeah.
And 3, Ray has an annoying lawn maintenance person.
Well, it's not my lawn maintenance person. It's my neighbor across the street. Yeah.
Number 3 is just amusing.
You sure you don't want your sister to pour you a glass of almond
No,
milk?
it's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
John, he learned how to email dealerships to get the out the door price.
Yes.
Don't get bullied by the F&I manager.
Yes.
How dealerships manipulate interest rates to make money. These are all,
Yeah.
Emailing dealerships to get the OT. This is from Lady T. Demanding they remove any additional dealer markup and miscellaneous fees that aren't pertinent to the sale. Learning to walk away. This is great.
One. Yeah, learning to walk away is the biggest one.
We're doing round 3. Go. Yeah, you ready?
Round 3 for what?
I mean, it just seemed impassioned.
No. But that's you have to be prepared in any negotiation.
Yep.
To be able to walk away, because if you're not willing to walk away, you're not really negotiating. You're just having a conversation.
Well said.
And the dealership can either accommodate a little bit of your conversation, or if you're really serious and willing to walk, the accommodations could get a little bigger from the deal.
Yeah. We recently had someone post their deal on Review My Deal back on the YAA community. And the really unfortunate thing was they told the dealership, hey, I need to buy this car tomorrow because I need to use it the next day for a road trip. And I was just like, it doesn't quite work. That's going to be a tricky situation.
That's not the thing you want to share.
Lady T's here in the house with us as well. Thanks for being here, Lady T. Glad that we're able to help. We had a question come through from Rose Garden, who had donated. How do I become a member at Kimberly Klein? Appreciate you tagging Kimberly. Can someone maybe point Rose Garden to the plans page? That would be greatly appreciated. But join YAA.com, Rose Garden. That's where you can
if you join YAA, you get, as part of that membership, Kimberly Klein.
Well, access to her, through the community.
Yes.
Yes. Amon.
Hey, God love you. Yes. You are great. Thank you so much, Amon.
That was so bad, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Thank you. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's announce our winner from this contest. If you are new to the car buying process, read through this.
Yes.
From Melissa. Actually, let's read Melissa's.
Yeah.
Melissa's a OG YA member, just like many others. She's a community champion, actually. She has the badge here.
Yes.
Does she have some? And she's a premium member. Confidence continues building as you gain knowledge and understand key tools to the process of purchasing vehicles. Females are equally effective negotiating, saying no, and being successful at buying vehicles. Proper research, preparation, and support from the YA community and team goes a long way. That's going to get a
yeah, buddy.
Set realistic expectations beforehand to alleviate unnecessary disappointment with both intended purchase and the salespeople. Learn from each dealership experience, good or not.
I agree.
Well said.
Yeah.
That's really, really well said. Okay, let's go to the random number generator.
Yeah.
This one was going to be between 1 and 30.
Yes.
We're doing 2.
Yeah.
First one's going to be the lifetime membership.
And the second one will be for a t-shirt.
25.
Now, do this properly.
Rob Reed, right there. Rob Reed, number 25.
Reed.
Lifetime YAA membership. We should probably, because of the magnitude of that, do some confetti.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That is potentially an infinite value.
potentially, or 7 years, which is still $700 vet.
All right. So now for the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Random number generator. 28.
Okay.
We're looking at number 28 over here. Jeremy, congrats, Jeremy. Jeremy very recently was featured on the YAA Instagram page.
Yes.
If you post your success stories, let me just put my note here, membership. If you post your success stories, which we had a question come through earlier, what's like a good deal right now? Is MSRP a good deal? Read the success stories. This is a great way to get a sense for what's a good deal versus what's a not good deal, et cetera, et cetera. Jeremy very recently posted his success story 6 days ago.
Yes.
There he is. And that actually ended up, if I go back here, go to our Instagram page, we ended up posting his story back on the YAA. If I click on it, profile, maybe Instagram's just slow. Oops, there we go. We ended up posting it back here on the YAA Instagram page. I mean, it was just an awesome job. So anyway, Jeremy, congratulations.
Yes. T-shirt coming.
T-shirt coming indeed.
Instead of Eli, you got a T-shirt.
We've got from Justin a very thoughtful
thank you,
donation.
Justin.
I think Imam was number 25, not Rob Reed. We got one more contest. We got one more. Plus, I owe the man a T-shirt now, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Here we go. We've got someone in Canada.
Yeah.
I own a Kia Telluride and received a call from someone in the States asking me if I'm interested in selling my Telluride with a very interesting offer.
Wow.
You surprised to hear that?
The American dollar goes a long way in Canada.
Yeah, it really, really does. Okay, so let's do our final contest of this evening, Pops. And then again, everyone, I will be reaching out to you through the direct message on the YAA community to get either your T-shirt size or to make you aware of the fact that you're this.
And if we're going to need like an address to send them a T-shirt.
Correct, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'll be asking you for.
Yeah.
So the last contest we had running was tell us your biggest car buying regret and what you've learned since. Let's read a couple of these.
Sure.
Mike Dean. Good old, our dear friend.
Yes.
Back in 2011, I purchased a brand new Volkswagen GTI Autobahn. Cool car.
Yes.
I was overly excited about it, wanted a specific color, and told the salesman during the test drive that I loved it. There were no other VW dealerships within 150 miles of me during that time. I was a captive audience, and they knew it. I ended up paying the taxes, fees, and a terribly overpriced tire and wheel protection plan out of pocket just to get the financing I needed. I was a sucker and emotional about the purchase. I've learned so much after watching countless YAA videos that I'm confident I'll not make those same mistakes again. I'm waiting until the market madness settles before using all these newly acquired skills. I'm looking to practice on a new generation VW Golf R. Fast, cool, sporty.
And you know what the best part is? That he'll be able to access us for live chat so that even if he thinks he might do something silly, he can just contact one of our auto advocates and we will get him back on the right path.
Okay, we are going to. So if you've been a part of the channel long enough, typically I do most of the selling, right?
Yeah, that was pretty good, don't you think?
That's gonna get a
buddy.
That's also gonna get a very well justified
Great Chefska stamp.
Beyond right there.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, we want to keep people from making a mistake.
It actually is pretty great that we have live chat.
And like the wonderful thing, here's the best part. Huh. When Mike is getting his next car and he's not feeling, he's going to look at the salesman and he's going to say, "Give me a minute. I need to phone a friend."
He's gonna pick up his phone.
He's gonna pick up his phone and he says, I need to phone a friend. And it's who wants to be a millionaire? He's gonna phone a friend, text a friend or live chat with the friend, and the friend's gonna get him back on track.
And if that friend wants to be how am I trying to phrase this? If you want to be that friend, I should mention this. We're hiring.
We are.
For a variety of different positions right now. Our auto advocate role, if you have prior dealership experience, please apply to be an auto advocate.
Yes.
We will pay you to help our members if you pass some requirements and you're a fit. Yeah. Also, if you're in the Bethesda, Maryland area or in the DC area, apply for some of these jobs or tell your friends to apply for these jobs. Yes. We need help. We need a product designer. We need a product manager. We need a head of software engineering, head of member support, head of marketing in the auto advocate. So anyway, quick promo.
This is much bigger than just
We're
us
about to
two.
blow it out from just me and my dad.
Yeah.
You know,
There really is much more to this than just you and I.
well, we got these lights. Lady T, the biggest takeaway has got to be the fact I always answer the question of what payment are you looking for in all my new car purchases. Knowing what I know now, I regret letting the cat out of the bag every single time.
Yeah, because they just turned you into what most people are, which is a payment buyer, and you're focusing on just the payment when you should be focusing on the price of the vehicle.
Yeah, no, this is awesome.
Yeah.
We've got and I see Melissa. I see your comment, Melissa. I'll have to come back to that. I promise I will. This is from Kat. When I bought my first car, I was quoted 11% interest rate and told that if I bought an extended warranty, the interest would be lowered. We're about to be triggered here, Kat. Thank you for this. I bought the warranty. Although I ended up with a fuel tank problem that was covered just before the warranty ended, I regret not trying to negotiate anything or leaving to think about it to compare offers. The first dealer I talked to was pushy, making it easy to walk away. The 11% guy was dangerously kind and disrespectful. Pops, I'm going to tee up a question for you.
Yeah.
Can a dealership change your interest rate if you
based
buy,
when you buy more
buy an
product?
extended warranty?
No. Well, can they? Yeah, they can, because they do. Should they legally? Can they tie a lower interest rate into forcing you to buy product legally? No.
Yep.
No, that's called packing.
David Henning wants a stamp of approval. You think we give it to him?
Oh,
David Henning with the 7-7. I mean, he's been a.
Yeah, no, I'll give it to him.
You want to give it to him?
Sure.
Do you want to press a button? You want me to press a
No,
button?
I don't want to touch
What
anything.
new
You can touch.
stamp, man.
Yeah, I like that.
One more time.
Yeah. Ooh.
Good
James
stamp.
make that?
James made that.
God, he's good.
He's good. Thank you, James.
I would keep him on payroll.
Okay, so
if it were me.
Melissa
There it
said
is.
we need to read Michael's. So here, let me share my screen again, and then we're going to pick the winner.
Okay.
Winners. Michael Mallinger. Budget-minded automotive enthusiast. Yeah, we've all heard that before. I like his little tagline.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the guy who drove across 4 states. Okay, I like this already. Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the guy who drove across 4 states to get exactly the rare car that I wanted in exactly the color that I wanted, immediately flopped, and ended up taking a $6,000 loss in order to offload it on CarMax less than a year later. We're going to do a quick brief.
Down goes Shefska. Down goes Shefska.
That's my best Howard Cosell impression ever.
All right, let's see what happened to you, Michael. Thanks for being brave enough to share this.
Yes.
Back in 2011, after getting hammered by the high gas prices at the time, I decided that I wanted to trade in my Toyota Tundra and get something not only significantly more fuel efficient, but also significantly more fun. As I'd never done any research on cars before, I decided that I'd not only try it this time, but be very comprehensive and thorough. Excuse me. I got the Consumer Reports buyer's guide, began reading reviews on the internet, etc. I started with a list of a dozen or so models, actually test drove 9. Yes, you read that right. 9 test drives.
Wow.
And settled on the Toyota Corolla XRS. What's the Corolla XRS, you ask? You've
God,
never heard of it.
I was just thinking of that. What the hell is that?
That's because it's what automotive enthusiasts refer to as a, quote, sleeper.
Yeah.
It looked exactly like the Corolla Sport, except that it was nearly as quick as the Civic Si or Volkswagen GTI, a bit less expensive, a lot more rare, and a heck of a conversation starter. With the possible exception of the AE86 being used by drifters, no one had a fast Corolla, and they still don't. So what happened? I drove across 4 states to get a 2009 CPO, walked in there and flopped. And I mean...
flopped.
VIN etching.
They had the flop hat for him.
VIN etching charge on a used car. Also,
Ooh.
just in case flop, we have back on the YAA website. I'm going to show you right now. Type in jargon. Whoops, not jargon, jargon. Car buyers glossary of terms, lingo, and jargon. I am fairly certain flop. Cool. We did not put flop on here, and I'm actually glad we did. But if you're curious, why are we saying flop? Here's all the jargon that gets tossed around in a car dealership. Don't be a flop, though. That means you just come in and
that
you just
means
agree to everything.
You're also known as a lay down.
Yep, lay down. Yep.
Yeah.
VIN etching charge on a used car? No problem. Just give me the car. Expensive VSC? No problem. Just give me the car. PPI? Heck no. It's a Corolla and a CPO. Just give me the car. To make a long story short, after about 6 months and 5,000 miles, the car starts making a horrible sound when you let off the brakes. Not while the car is slowing down, not while it stopped, just when you let off. Of course, I take it straight to my local Toyota dealer and show them my VSC. They say, of course, that funny noises aren't covered.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Keep in mind, there's no way I could let another person ride in it. The sound was that bad. They tell me that if it passes the state safety inspection, then it's fine. My next step, cancel the VSC and get a refund. Wow. Next comes the saga of taking it to 4 different independent third-party mechanics, having the pads, rotors, and calipers replaced with no noise reduction until I finally find someone who could actually diagnose the problem correctly. He spent an entire day fiddling around with it. Full disclosure, he's my brother's wife's sister's husband.
Okay.
Brothers. Good use of the apostrophe on the possessives.
Yeah.
Essentially, he's our family's Yanni.
Okay.
I wouldn't ordinarily bother family about this, but I was at the end of my patience. Turns out that it had air pockets running through the lines with the brake fluid. Aghast, I asked him if replacing either the brake booster or the master cylinder would fix it. He said he had no idea. And what came to be the straw that finally broke the camel's back, he asked whether or not the dashboard rattled. I said yes. He then pointed out where it had been opened up in the past to try and fix the rattling. In addition to the CPO inspector whiffing on the brakes, he didn't know why the guy didn't catch that, as it was easy for any trained eye to see. Either did I. My next stop was CarMax. I ate the $6,000 loss and got a brand new 2012 Honda Fit from a nearby Honda dealer, paying about $300 above Edmunds recommended retail, which, while not great, wasn't too terrible for a flop artist like myself. The Fit had one of the highest predicted reliability scores in Consumer Reports at the time and is actually pretty good to drive. What have I learned since then? Everything. I am very fortunate that I jumped on the YAA bandwagon right when Ray and Zach were starting up. I've seen every video going back to when Ray was first introducing himself and saying he wanted to be our car guy. I wish everyone could start from YAA's opening pitch like I did. Then you'd see a lot fewer stories like mine.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Awesome story. I mean, just, like, awesome. Well written.
Yes. Not an awesome story.
Sorry to hear about what happened, Michael, but thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes.
All right, Dad, let's do the final random number generation. Whoops. That's
how many were there? Or the stamp of approval, whichever comes first.
So we have 23.
Okay. So this time it'll be 1 through 23.
1 through 23. Let's see here. Let me go to my random number generator. 23.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
So that's going to be
10. That's for the membership.
Michael Mellinger.
Oh, you got to be
kidding me.
That
is beautiful. that is beautiful.
Oh, my God.
That is great.
It could not have worked out better. Look at you, Michael. Thank you for sharing. And you become one of tonight's big winners.
That is awesome.
Yes. You know, we will stand behind our lifetime membership like they stood behind their VSC.
This might be one of my favorite YAA memories.
Yeah.
The serendipity in that.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Congrats, Michael. Super excited for you. All right. And our other winner of the T-shirt.
Yes.
Craig C. says it is rigged. Melissa says she's going to Vegas. We have 12.
Wow.
We got 10, and then we got 12. We're right around you, Alex. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. We've got Danielle. We're going to get Danielle a T-shirt membership. Wow. That's great.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was special.
Yes. Yeah.
That was special.
I mean, just for having taken the time to write all that, he deserved a
absolutely.
lifetime.
Absolutely.
And then for the random number generator to say, let's give it to him.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
Yes. Very nice.
We've got Twink the Troll saying, I need a career of my own. I think that's why your name's the Troll. Well, you don't need a career. I'm doing this with my dad.
He does have
my career.
Yeah.
Amon. Yeah. Congrats. Absolutely. Lol, everything. I agree. Let's call it a night, Pops.
Yeah. You're not feeling well.
I'm okay. I'm doing okay, but I don't want to push it. I want to go get to bed early. Okay. This has been quite fun though. I will reach out to everyone probably tomorrow morning on the I will do it tomorrow morning. I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to reach out to you tomorrow morning.
Yes.
So congrats.
To all our winners.
With an exception to you, Iman. Sorry again.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who was here tonight.
We ended up with one more winner than we would have.
We did. Yeah. Ray in Space is from Nancy, $5 donation. Ray in Space said, stand my ground with insurance company on Total Tacoma. Insurance offer was $31,500. Spent 2 months back and forth. Final price they paid was $38,650 plus tax.
Way to go. You know, occasionally.
That's awesome.
I know what I'm talking about. And Space, God bless him, all the time knows what he's talking about.
The YA community, again, is just such a incredible, I'm going to say an incredible space. And there are members like Space.
Yes.
And among many others, but like Space who are in here just helping.
Yes.
Just helping. So
all the time.
Please, I encourage you, become a member, use the community forum, use live chat. be a part of our community, be a part of our
Please.
family.
Yes.
This is what we've been doing for 18 months, and I think we're going to continue to do it for at least 7 years.
Yes, because that's a lifetime.
No love lost with them on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks everyone for being here tonight.
Thank you all.
JoinYAA.com.
So we'll see everybody again.
Wednesday, Thursday night for the members only. Next Saturday night.
Are we doing the Thursday night or whenever we're doing the members only? We're doing that the two separate places.
Probably. Yeah, I'll probably be back in DC. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We've got from Ward's Yard a very thoughtful donation here. This is the best way to keep us just on forever. Thanks for the advice, as I was just buying a truck after selling my S4 for almost what I paid for it. Very valuable info. Glad to be able to help.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great family team from Igor. Thanks for all here. Great site and community. And so grateful for Ray and Zach. Thank you. Arash is in the house tonight. Hey, Arash, thank you for being here.
Yes.
Arash has built all the tech behind the scenes, so I take no credit for that. Kimberly, thank you for being here. Anna, thank you for being here.
Everybody.
Nikki, thank you for being here. Eric's telling us to get off the stage.
Okay. We're done. Good night, all. See you all Wednesday or Thursday.
You'll get a notification.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.